my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody just calm down!
Help!
Here,
Oh,
take my hand.
come on!
You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me!
Take it. Take my hand.
After a big afternoon of shopping, there's nothing better than some Mexican food and a nice little drink. Come on down and enjoy a nice Mexican fiesta.
Guess what? We took everything you love about the Bloomin' Onion and created a menu you've never seen before.
Let me hear you say, Bloom that ass. Bloom that ass.
This bloomified menu starts at $13.99 and it's gonna blow your bloomin' mind.
Alrighty, welcome everybody. The morning draw stream. Waking up. I'm here. I'm awake. I'm sorry. I apologize. A little bit late. I had to get my tea. It wasn't boiled yet. So yeah, there we go. Mo says it blew my mind that Dark Gift had no concept of the forehead. Yes, I know, right? It's hard to disseminate this information out there, but at least now he knows. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. A little bit of a relaxed show tonight. Well, you can relax. I, on the other hand, will attempt to draw a horse. For the first time, I think ever. I don't think I've ever properly, definitely not in a comic book sense. So that'll be interesting. It will be, I got to keep reminding myself this is going to be tiny. So I'm going to not try and overdo it. It's not just a horse. It's a whole scene. You'll see it in a moment. But before we do any of that, let us honor this man. Oh, my God. I didn't notice he broke the rules. Did anyone else say first? It was Gary G who gave a first. I didn't even notice that Mo had put in protest out of gatekeeping five friggin' question marks there. He did. He broke the rules. Now I've got to make a new one, Mo, because it looks like Gary G is the actual first. He followed the rules. Gary G not gate kept. I think Gary is up to 5. I'm pretty sure. Let me just quickly save that and I'll upload that. I had Mo already lined up, but I didn't. It was too early in the morning. I was not paying attention. It says Sergi Roy. All right. Where is it? With the StreamYard moving everything around. Let me get rid of Mo and replace him with Gary. Mo says he's retired from the first game as champion. Fair enough. I think that's fine. Let the new blood in there. Who have we got? We got Gary and Mark in the lead for the moment. Who else we see in here? Levi Skeen has joined us this morning. Everybody, please hit like to remind Latecroft that he has a YouTube channel. I was a bit slow moving this morning. I won't lie. What's up, Stat? First is a state of mind. Exactly. Hello, Jav. Jav got a taste of my made-up German words that I was spouting yesterday on Twitter, which I do enjoy doing. Germans, they stick like 3 or 4 nouns and they just glue them all together into one word. So I just do the same and make it up as I go. First to say first after everyone else said first is critical reads. It's good enough for me. And Amanda will be judging this. Oh God. Look, I'm in that stage of my artistic journey where when in doubt, black it out is really helping me. It's actually making my art so much better. Deep shadows. We'll see. He is here. She is here. I just called Amanda a he. It must be Ellie. She is here. Amanda. Oh, she's got to run to the post office. All right. Okay, good. I can get the horse in while she's not here. No longer hiding my agenda. I know. Verklempt. That's a good word. We got a raid in the house. Ben Kloffertson. Did you say your autistic journey? It's pretty much the same thing, Henry. Autistic, artistic. I noticed the Ella auction has been going strong. Dude, it is crazy. It is crazy. And I added the Damon one to this total here. And I will be adding Ella after she is completed as well to this total as well. It's all part of the campaign. So I expect this is going to bounce up a huge amount. I can't believe it. We did pass 100 yesterday, up to 102. Thank you very much. Rob had the right idea. And I don't have that level of ego yet where I can yell at the chat and say, "Oi, Henry Bemis, back this now," But Rob, he doesn't care. He's like, "I'll just call people out." I think it works when someone else is doing it. Yeah, no, that was good. That was a great show yesterday. I had a lot of fun. The art share was good. It was a good one. They're all good, but I don't know. Just a good vibe. Let's check it out. I got to make sure to quickly scroll down though, because I don't know if I'm logged in. I don't want to show anything off. Yeah, check this out. 291, 20 bids. 1 day, 5 hours left. Will it break $500 dues? That would be epic. That would be massive. Do you take Bitcoin? I don't know. Does eBay take Bitcoin? I doubt it does. Mo says peer pressure does not work on me as I am peerless. Verklempt is a good word. It means you're awkward talking about sex. Yeah, that pretty much describes me. Verklempt. I backed an auction for an Ella, but it was a different chick, says Admiral. All right, I won't inquire. It sounds unusual. All tea, no shade except on the horse. No, there will be shade on the horse. Although it is a morning scene. I'm looking forward to doing some. I usually do nighttime coloring. I'm looking forward to doing a little bit of morning coloring on this one. I see a little card making, and you are correct. You are correct on that. Let me get into that. All right. You can tell I'm always putting it off early in the morning. Here we go. I'm going to start on the horse because it's probably going to be one of the hardest parts, I think. I'm pretty sure. So here's the scene. Set the scene. This is what I'm saying is cool about the back of these cards. This is why you have to get these cards. Look, we've got a little setting here. I've been going through. Have you ever seen those videos that they took of, the olden days? So I've been scrubbing through these, 1890s Paris, checking out the scene, checking out the fashion. What were people wearing? What were they doing back in those days? So I've still got that pulled up so I can kind of scrub back and forth to get a little bit of detail if I need it. But here's the horse. As I said to Rob, I will not be doing a horse in a gallop or even a canter or a trot. He will be slowly. What is it called when a horse slowly walks and barely looks like they're moving? That's the horse I'll be drawing as a first, because I think that's about appropriate. So we'll see how we go. If it's rubbish, that would suck. This is a very ambitious panel here for me. It's probably one of the most ambitious I've tackled, but I got to keep reminding myself how small this is going to be. Meandering, a trot, a saunter, a trudge. Horses have great words for how fast they're walking. If you ever do one card of the popular card finishes are called Gold Vinyl or Black Prism. Unfortunately, the card people I'm going with don't offer that, but that doesn't mean I have to go with them forever. I could try and find some new people, some new card folk, as they're known. All right. Good luck, me. Actually, I have a horse preloaded that's sort of in a similar position that I'm gonna have sort of sitting there while I go. Hello. Just for a little bit. I mean, I've got to remind myself not to be detailed here because these are obviously printing very small. But we'll see how we go. Just have the chat there. Okay. In for a penny, in for a horse. I will probably put stabilization on. Where do you start with a horse? Let's start with the nose. I think that's probably the place to go when it comes to horsies. And as for all these like bits and bobs, I also have, what do I have here? I've got like this stuff. It's a little bit out of, it's a bit, oh, hang on, don't move that. Like details. I can have that as well. I've also got this. I don't know how helpful it's going to be, but I'll probably go with this one at least for the time being. We'll, you know me. Close enough is always good enough for me. I do still want to have some level of light and dark, but we'll see how we go. And I think I'm going to give my horse a nice little, I like the ones with a nice little, fringe. The kids call them bangs. I think that's an American thing. We don't really call them bangs here, but anyway. Horse bangs. That's probably something different. I'm so unsure of my lines with a horse. Because everyone tells me horses are the hardest. And, everyone critiques the horses. What's Mike horsing around about? this. I don't know how, you know, when you do a human face, you sort of know what you're supposed to do. You know the lines, you've done them 100 times. This horse, hang on, let me bring back my other horse. I'll get him on top. I don't quite know what the important lines are, you know? I think I'm gonna just add in stuff, and then also like it'll look right, you know? I think at the end when it's done. Horses are easy as if you think of them as one big hand, says Jake. I don't think that doesn't sound helpful. I like this. I like this idea of a little, you know. I don't know if I need to actually draw that in, but no, it's there now. What even way do these things go? No, and I have no idea how I'm going. Okay, good. Just not enough space for my oh my god. Drew it on the wrong layer. That's always a good start. And we're good. We'll get there. Sarah Jessica Parker is the best horse reference, says Jay. Bancroft will probably spend most of his time making the horse's gender crystal clear. I'll try not to. All right, let's stick you a bit up over here. Actually, I'm just going to cut you out because I don't need all your background. There we go. Stick you sort of up here. There we go. In Carnal, there are no horses and people use floating sentient rocks instead. Easier on the pen. Well, you know, like most things, it's kind of difficult the first time you do it. And then, you know, it does get easier. But you know, that first time can be a hell of a task. Especially when you're just sort of floundering around. Not really knowing what's important here. But there's so much little things. And I have no idea what they are and how important they are. And they're probably, each one of them definitely has a name and they're super important. And, you know, I just don't know what any of them are. But I'll add them in. See, this part here sort of goes over there like that. You know, yes. Little dangles, little dangly parts. This bit kind of goes down here. What does one of the references is using have 3 front legs? Oh shit, it must be AI. I know, I just Googled old horse carriage. I didn't even look at that. Luckily, I'm not using that as the horse reference. That would have thrown me. There's so much little things, says Mo, and I have no idea what they are and what to do with them. Little dangly parts. Size Queencroft shaming Camel and Rob once he's experienced the rod. A good pickup. I'm pretty sure the photo horse I'm going off is a genuine horse, so we're good there. But I'm, you know, again, I'm not really looking to add in, you know, super amounts of authentic horse detail here. It's just sort of more, you know, general. Let's do one there like that. Another one, I guess. Yeah. No, I reckon this thing here is actually going to go over the top. Whatever this thing is called. Ada Roy says the secret to drawing good animals is to draw what you want badly, but in a dynamic and gesture way, then clean up to detail the animal. Yeah. Well, that would be if you wanted to draw really good animals. I just want to get some kind of that looks kind of close enough. Now this guy up here he's got so many reins. I didn't realize how many reins there were. That sort of comes in. I've got a loop here. Hang on. Let me do these parts first. Kind of like got some kind of, because I had that was on the other reference there. Maybe I'll get off. Maybe I'll get off the AI reference. That looks very that looks very involved. Maybe I'll stick with the AI reference. Although I did like that loop thing. That made sense to me. Put that. I don't know. I don't know. Jay says, yeah, Bancroft is looking for passable, not great. Yes, especially considering that this is going to print very small. You know what I mean? So I don't want to. I have a natural tendency to over detail, and I'm trying to shake that and, you know, imply detail like the greats do, but it's a very difficult skill. All right, now I am gonna have this thing here. Please tell me that's not the horse's eye. I haven't quite figured out the horse's eye yet. I just sort of put one in a spot, but we'll see how we go. I'm trying to do all these deets, Rob. I've never drawn a horse's eye. So we'll see how we go with it. All right, now this part here, move you over here, out of the way. Into some kind of, now that luckily the carriage is black, so this will be a lot of blacking out and just sort of implying that that'll work. Never understood how you guys go straight to final without sketching. Well, this is my sketching. It's like when I started digital, I just sort of decided that for expediency's sake, that I would be sketching with the, you know, the ink, the pen, whatever. So, you know, I sort of pencil with the pen, and you can do that digitally because you can cut into the line and you can erase it, and it's fine. Oh, like that, maybe. When it says bankrupt stock, gatekeeping my constructive criticism. What did you say? Rob, the Shetland ponies, the short bus of the horse world, Huck the horse. He even gave the horse a retarded little bowl cut hairdo. What are you talking about? At this point, make him cross-eyed. Let me get to me horse. There's a little bits here. Look at these. What the hell are these? Oh my god. What is this? This is involved. You know, I know why people really, have a hard time drawing horses. Hyperwest, it says, I do at least 5 phases of penciling before inking. I don't have time for that. You got to jump right in. I think the hoof is actually probably the best thing I've done so far. Oh, that works. The hoof. Rob says, this is like watching a train crash. You can't look away. Can't you just take a picture of the horse? I don't have a picture of a horse. I have a rough sketch of a horse. Oh, Rob of ye of little faith. It'll be fine. Don't you worry about it. You just got to have faith in the process, Hang on, I think this, yeah. So many knobbly parts. Yeah, that'll do. See, when you do a bad line in digital, you can just erase over it. So we have a retarded pregnant horse with a broken leg. This is peak art. Now, this is what it's like when you draw with your brush. So where would this be like? I've got to try and start being mindful of where I think the light source is going to be around here. So I'm going to start. That's where I would start getting some shadows in. Like I said, when in doubt, black it out. But I'm just trying to like make out vaguely where some of these muscles are. Obviously not 100% accurate. Bo says, I need to talk to a man about a horse. Spoiler, the man manages a glue factory. The Bancrofts were Roo ranchers. Admiral says, who told you that when in doubt, black it out? What are you repressing? Wasn't that McFarlane who said that? It's done me well over the years, I can tell you that. I don't know if it's great for your artistic development, but horses' legs are way skinnier than you think they would be for such a big, animal. That's the one thing that surprised me when I was looking at this. I never really looked at a horse's legs before, how friggin'... It's no wonder they break them all the time. We all know the anatomical region Bancroft prefers to black out. It's why he's commonly known as Michael Bandcrotch. I don't think we'd see it anyway from this angle. I know Rob wants to see it for some reason. Don't know why. I thought the horse was just black. Well, that I could have done that, but I think... I don't know. I think that would have been a bit... So he's got this sort of... on this fake AI one. He's got this sort of... Oh, he was on the other one. It's this one. He does have a kind of like a little going down over his rump. I think that's what I was sort of going with there. Put in something like that. I think that's supposed to go over. He's drawn the fifth leg before the back turn. And the fifth leg is important. Is it Christmas in Australia? Not currently. It was not that long ago. It's definitely summer. It's actually quite cool today. Might be getting hot later. You know, because for us, Christmas, Christmas is hot. These weird horse legs. Mo Biggs points out, I refused to watch Christmas Story. He gave up after the first 15 minutes. I sat the whole family down because I said, everyone says this is the best. This is the best. You know, everyone says you got to watch this one. You're going to love it. And the whole family were like, no, they want to do it. We all gave up. Sorry. I don't know. It might be an American thing. It might just be so American that it just didn't translate. Or maybe it's just us. Why does God hate your country? I don't know if he does. I don't know. It looks horse enough to me. I mean, I'm no horse expert. That's the problem. I don't know enough to know, you know, if it could be wrong somewhere. I'm sure there's like, you know, people who know horses who are like, nah, you got that part. That's way wrong. I don't know. Yeah, remember, it's like you're gonna see it that big. You know? So you just can't. I don't need to like labor too much on horse details. Otherwise says, never seen it either Bancroft or the Goonies or Stand By Me. I love Goonies. I love Stand By Me. But it's very unusual. I'm surprised how unusual it was for such a big famous kind of movie. In Bancroft's defense, he had a lot more time. He had a lot more horse references before Mrs. B mistakenly deleted his studs in leather folder. Oh my god. I might do this next part actually on another layer so I can just go right over me horse. I don't have to worry about it. This is another thing that I do digitally, Roy, is, you know, I'll just sort of go like this and just go right over the, you can like draw right over the layer and then erase it later. I mean, not that I would do it like that, but you sort of get what I mean. I mean, I could actually just to do it quickly like that. Yeah. I'm trying to be a little loose with this art, like more than I normally am. Whereas, you know, I have a tendency with the art to get kind of stiff and thinking too much and trying to go for perfection. I'm trying to be a little bit more sketchy. It doesn't come naturally to me, but yeah, we'll see how we go. It's like this one is actually going to be quite a test for me because I'm not trying to do any more detail than this at all, especially towards the background. The background characters are going to be, you know, really loose lines and stuff. So, you know, watching the art shout, I love those pieces where it's so little information in the background, but it looks like a lot of detail. George the cross-eyed gelding. I think his eyes look pretty correct to me. I mean, I'm just going off a couple of horse references here. I mean, you know, they don't look, it doesn't look that off. Maybe a little bit there. I mean, that's where horses' eyes are. They're on the side of their head. I don't know. Looks fine. I forgot Gilgamesh was from Kazakhstan. Gilgamesh is from Sumeria. That's not Kazakhstan. That's like Iraq, I think. Where he says, I understand digital. I just like having original art to sell. So do I, but I'm so used to doing it like this now, you know, just sort of hashing it out like this. It's kind of my method now. I don't know if I could go back. Actually, I never really actually drew properly traditionally anyway. Not comic book stuff. I jumped into digital. That was it. We got a little bit of a man here. Again, this is where I'm trying to like. Think of how small this is going to be. It is going to be so tiny, and I've been trying to study how people do tiny drawings. You know, do it well at least. This horse is Doodlebug, the notable steed of Huey the Hug Match. You need to move the eye on the left up and to the right a bit with his head at this angle. Okay. Hang on. Eye on the left. Yeah, that's this one. Our left. His right. Yeah? Up and to the right. Is it going to move? Does Clip Studio not allow that? Oh, it won't actually let you use the cursors. Oh, because I'm on the wrong friggin' layer. That's why. It does. I'm just an idiot. Like that. It's funny. I can't see it. I mean, that's why usually when I can't see something, I take a day off and I come back and I can find the flaws. You know. Although I will say, you know, I do understand and completely agree that actually, oh, I have a reference of a dude from my video. That's right. So like, everyone is in a hat. That's all I know. Everyone is in a hat. No one doesn't have a hat, and that's the thing. I remember watching a video on that. This is the hard part, drawing, like getting details in right. Watching a video somewhere about you know, what are they, historical movies or whatever, period movies, where people don't have hats, and how incorrect that is. I wanted to give this guy mutton chops because it seems like a mutton chop kind of profession. but I don't know how much. I don't know how much I can get in there with this level of detail. I should just do the rest of his garb. His shoulders are a bit wide. That's all right. We'll fix them up. He's got like a hats are easy when you start thinking them as large. Is that your answer to everything? So I think he would have his hand over the top. Easier if I just do the background first. So I know where he is in this space. Actually, I've got I do have rulers set up for the perspective. So I probably should lock them in while I'm doing that. Otherwise it's going to be off. Bancroft became obsessed with hats to avoid the shame he feels every time he's tasked with drawing a normal hairline. I remember talking with Artsy Bear about, you know, certain natural flaws you have in your art. And it's funny you bring that up because it is something I've noticed. My first go around at a hairline is almost always wrong. I just like put it in the wrong place. That's just straight up. That is true. It's kind of like a thing of draw what you know, I suppose. And I remember him saying that he would always draw the eyes wrong. He would always put one of like the eyes a wrong level. It would look right to him at the time, but then when he went back, it would be wrong, and he'd have to go fix it afterwards. I could even use my rulers for this. Oh, look at this. You know, I do love me my rulers. Are you drawing a card or the next Lucent book? I still have 3 cards left to do the backs of, so that's what I'm working on. I expect to be done in a couple of weeks, I reckon. This is probably going to be the most involved panel that I do on a card, maybe. A lot of them don't even have proper backgrounds, but this one, it is, sort of is the background. That's the setting. This is on the back of the Utnapishtim card, which is fun for me because he's, you know, a super old character. Man, the Carnal preview is already 170. Yes, Jake put up Carnal on Global, and it looks great. It really does. Speaking of colors, those are pretty amazing, Jake, and art as well, obviously. Admiral, I do draw, and if you look back at my older stuff, especially, all the foreheads are way too big. That was a thing, and I had to go back, and I figured out a little rule for myself that I could do visually with my hand here. So I was like, the space between the lip and the middle of the eyes is about the length of the height of the forehead, is what you got in general. You can get away with a little bit more especially on a woman, because actually a lot of women do have very tall foreheads, and it looks fine. And if you fill Diaz, you just chop that length in half. The other cards don't even have horses. I know, right? Exactly. This one's a bit special. So he does have, should have another one here. Horsey layer. Didn't mean to move that. Thank you, Jay. He's put in the link for Carnal on Global. I didn't read it yet. I was like, at first I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to read it because, you know, I want to read the whole thing. They're like, no, I will read it. Of course I've read it. I'll give a read. It's something like, how many pages? Like 8 pages or something, I think. Something like that. Eight pages, just the first scene. It sets the tone, though. Yeah, it looks really good. I think I might check it out tomorrow on the stream because I got a bunch of stuff that I've just received. So that might, like, I'll check them out. I might check out a bunch of comics and that, and yeah, I might check that. That's a good idea to kind of peruse. What was I doing? Thank you for Moromi putting the trading card and eBay links in the chat for me. Square this guy's shoulders off right. Originally, I was going to have him wearing this sort of strange thing with buttons on it. I'm just going to move all this. All right. But now you have stand buttonless. What are you talking about? Now his hand is sort of. What did I have? Now I've drawn over the things. Now he sort of had. He carried these horse sticks, you know. So he's got the kind of like a. His hand here, but it's sort of like it's holding a horse stick. You know the ones. I might put that on the other layer. Oh, I drew my horse stick too thick. What's up, Reese? Mo says a vampire needs to bite that horse so it never has to experience its own reflection. I'm actually pleased with that horse. Obviously, I know it's not like a great horse, but it looks like a horse. It's, you know, it's doing its job. Not saying I'm not going to go back to it and sort of black some of it out, but you know, Rose says horse sticks need to be thick and veiny. That would be painful on the horse, I reckon. You are right, Jim. I just noticed that he's a little off center. I did notice that. Now, do I move the horse over or the carriage to the left? I'm going to keep. You are right. Lucky I've got them on two different layers here. I did notice that. Let's just have a look here. Because I'm just thinking about where the edge of my card is. I don't know how much. Oh, I got a bit of room. Okay, I'll move the horse over. Sort of there, I reckon. But now my horse stick is all out of whack. I'm not drawing another horse. Are you crazy? You're nuts. I'll put the horse stick back where it's. Oh, hang on. Wrong layer. Where is that? Oh, I'm still in Photoshop mode. I was pressing the wrong button. That's why. All right, horse stick is back. It means I just need to redo his reins into his hand. Bancroft refers to horse whips as horse sticks. It's a riding crop, Bancroft. Allegedly. And so you say. So, this is all new territory for me. Horses and carriages but I tell you, I need to start not necessarily, this stuff, but I need to hang on, that was the other one. I need to start practicing sort of these unusual things, because there is going to be events in the future that I will have to draw. hopefully not struggle over too much. Definitely some old-timey style buildings and stuff. So I'm going to want to do. And that's usually what I've done is I start small, do a little practice run, something like this, and just sort of get better at it, figure out, how it's supposed to be done, and then do an actual good big page of it. Moromi says, famous horseman for 200, Trebek. Give me the horse semen. There's no horse semen category. Yes, there is. It's there, Trebek. I've watched those too many times. I guess 1 horsepower is enough. Yeah, just a little, I don't think you need much more. At least not in my in my head canon. Oop. Admiral Wackass got a dip. Thanks so much for hanging out, Wackass. Always a pleasure having you here in the chat. Now, the carriage, as I said, definitely is going to be black. So there's a lot of opportunity for just the silhouettes, and I will try and put something in there to give it a little bit of what it's supposed to look like. But so he's got his little blankie, his little horse riding blankie on, which I saw a lot of them wear. I don't think I need much more than that. All right. Nope, don't do that. Now, get the old rulers back on. Make sure the perspective is locked in. And she's right as rain. Travis Charay said, if you're going to draw something, make it look real, even if it's minimalistic. Trying my best within the confines of my skill levels. That charade piece was crazy yesterday. I feel like I need to, I've seen a lot of the big stuff. I feel like I missed a lot. He wasn't someone that I really knew too well when I was, first getting into comics. Yeah, there's all sorts of. I'll draw the wheel first, which could be an interesting challenge. Do I go off the AI wheel or the Illustrator? The AI wheel looks a bit AI. I'll probably go off this. What do you call this here? Old-timey drawing. It's just a circle. How hard could it be? Well, on a digital, it can be very difficult. I might actually do a thingamabob as a guide. That way, at least it won't be like crazy off, Got sort of like a thing here. Action. Right. And then they have big. I'm looking at the actual. Big. Sort of flattened out the bottom. I think it's thicker than that. At least I want mine to be. There we go. Mo's got to head out. Thanks so much for hanging out, Mo. Hopefully see you again tomorrow at the regular scheduled programming. Actually, tomorrow is the tomorrow is the auction end. Try and put on a fun show for everyone. We won't be doing trivia again. I won't make you suffer through that. I want to try and get this wheel finished before I have to go get ready for work. going to extend this out a bit so there's a bit of not tangent. You've been horsing around all morning. I know. Well, you know, first time doing something, you're going to be a little bit hesitant with it, I suppose. So we've got 1, 2. Let's just kind of go with it. See how we go. Continue down. Right. I think it's just like you're slicing up a pizza. Just do it in the opposite direction. At least that's how I'm going to go with it. Again, this is going to be a panel of firsts. Things I've never drawn before. Never drawn a carriage. I don't think. Yeah. Get 2 in there, I think, and then 1 on the other. From this angle, the wheel would probably look a little wider. You think? All of them I'm seeing are really thin. I thought I made it too wide. I can do that. It's no problem. It's easy. Not that easy. Just put the top on. That was a difficult piece of lassoing there. Like that's as wide as I'm going to go. Chat keeps dropping out on Roy's TV. Yeah, mine does the same whenever I try and watch on TV. I think it's like, I think it's very stable. Let me get 1 more. Spoke in here. It's way too big of a wheel. Oh well. It's the Model T9 carriage, Roy, that was noted for having a ridiculously large wheel on its carriages that shocked the people on the streets. They said that wheel is outrageous. I might shrink it. I do have to go to work though, so I will continue working on this crazy panel. Let me get my sketch up so you can see what it actually is going to be a bit like. So you got lots of people down here in their top hats and ladies in their fineries. Again, always have to remember This is gonna be teeny, teeny, tiny. Yeah, no, it is too big. You are correct. I will revisit my wheel and carriage design. Actually, it's probably a good idea too. Now that I've moved the horse over, I take this whole wheel, shrink it down, put it there, get the second wheel behind it. It'll be just right. No, it's a Parisian cafe, so there'll be sort of like big Haussmann style streets. There's a nice tree there. This is the awning sort of cafe, and they all sit out the front of the cafe, sipping their whatever they drink, brandies or coffees or whatever. And the piece will actually chop off at a bit under the horse's legs, so I don't have to really, but I just sort of added a bit there. And yeah, hopefully should finish this by tomorrow, I think. Again, I think I've done the right amount of detail, I think. I don't want to do really any more than that. Because, yeah, you're really not going to... you're not going to see any of it. And I got to keep reminding myself of that. Is it a proper carriage for Old Paris? I've got this video. I mean, I'm not showing it, but I've got this video that I'm sort of scrubbing back and forth through. It's called A Trip Through Paris, France, late 1890s. And I'm just sort of trying to find out. The images are all, like I said, I mean, I just Google searched them. I didn't even realize that one was AI, but they're all kind of, that one I found was the best. So I might just sort of try and match it up to that as best I can. Get that, yeah, make it the small wheel at the front, bigger wheel at the back, but get it in the right perspective. We'll see how we go. All right, everybody, that is going to be it from me. I hope you enjoyed my struggling to draw a horse and a carriage man. But I will be back tomorrow. We're going to finish out the auction, get the next auction going, continue on the trading card parade. One of those AI upgraded and slowed down vids. I don't know. It's like, it's one of those recolored vids, where they take old video and they colorize it. They're pretty cool, actually, to watch. I like watching the ones in Melbourne, seeing what it looked like, 120 years ago. All right, that's it for me. I do have to go to work. Thank you very much. I will see you next time. Bye.
Perth made an Australian video, and I wasn't even in it.
Emotional damage.